We see with our hearts and love with our eyes. In a 2020 prison, lusting over a prize. Fighter in disguise, desperate for the will to survive.
What's going on, y'all? Mad Dad is back in this Mad Den. Here to talk about the playoffs. Yes, the playoffs are upon us. They start tomorrow. We have 2 AFC Wildcard showdowns. So thank you all for watching this video. I know it's been a while since you got the Mad Dad picks. The last couple weeks I've been traveling and whatnot. But I wanted to make sure I gave you my playoff predictions and also my scenarios. I'm going to give you my locks. The people I truly think are going to win this week. Then I'm going to give you my predictions as things are going to unfold all the way. And you will get a Super Bowl prediction from me by the end of this video. But for keeping the series going, I will do a video each weekend to kind of go along. See, definitely will make sure that I don't, of course, if my scenarios go wrong, I don't want to just, live off of those. So I'll have to make adjustments if my scenarios do not go that way the following week. But starting this week, guys, I will give you my locks for the wild card, and then we'll go to the divisional round next week, then the championship round, and of course, Super Bowl prediction will probably entail that as well. But I'm going to lay out the whole scenario for you right now, starting with the wild card picks, and we'll see how we do as we move forward to the playoffs. So thank you all, as always, for watching this video. And if you're new to this channel, if you're new to this Mad Dad Picks, and you're just here usually for Mad stuff, thank you for watching. I also do some of these offshoot videos from time to time, so I really appreciate you guys coming through. So, without further ado, please hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button down there. Come join the madness. Come join Mad Dad and his quest for 1,000 subscribers. So thank you all very much. I really appreciate it. So, let's get this going. Wild Card weekend is upon us. And so like I said, it's the first weekend I think I've seen in a long, I think ever, where both AFC games are on one day and both NFC games are on one day. Usually they have one and the other, and they usually like teeter-totter on time slots. Like they'll have the morning game be AFC and the late game be NFC on Saturday, and then the morning game be NFC and the late game be AFC on Sunday. Usually that's been the formula that I can remember as far back as, when there was only 2 wild card games. Back in the old days when there was only 2 wild card games each Sunday. But fast forward now, here we are in the playoffs. So we got in the AFC this weekend, starting things off, it is going to be the Bills and the Texans. The Bills and the Texans. So who is going to come out on top in this game? The Bills have been doing a really strong push here towards the end of the season. I really like their chances of taking it, a lot farther than people thought they could. I think the Texans are a team that, are hot and cold. They've had really great games where they, beat the Patriots, and they've had really terrible games where they get slaughtered, by the Ravens. So it's really hard to tell which Texans team you're going to get from one week to the next. So I really think that Buffalo has the formula to beat Texans, and that's to keep them off the field, by running the ball and playing good defense and controlling the clock. So I really think the Bills are going to win this game. First Buffalo playoff win, and sheesh, I don't even want to look at the stats, but I bet you it's been a long freaking time since the Bills have been a playoff winner. So I'm definitely taking Buffalo in the first game as the Mad Dad lock. Now we're going to move up to the beautiful town, not even a town, New England. New England is going to be hosting the Titans in this playoff. The New England playing in the wild card round for the first time. I think they said almost 10 years or something like that. So the Patriots are a team that are reeling backwards. Titans are a team that are reeling forwards. Off the great play by the receiver Brown, by Tannehill, and also Derrick Henry just coming forward and snatching that rushing title that last week, and destroying my playoff and destroying my fantasy championship game. I was playing against Derrick Henry in my championship, my fantasy playoff, and Derrick Henry just destroyed me. And Robbie Gould could not save me that night. That was my only hope for Robbie Gould to get a bunch of points, but he didn't do it. But anyway, back to the playoffs. We're going to have the Titans against the Patriots. And you know what? I like the Titans to upset the Patriots at home. New England's going to come out with a game plan. Tennessee is very young in the playoffs, but I do believe that it's New England's time to fall. They're going to play great defense. I don't think they're going to be able to stop Derrick Henry and the quick passes by Ryan Tannehill. This team is reeling really quick. Mike Vrabel knows a lot about Bill Belichick's methods, his defensive methods. I think he's going to be able to find some soft spots in those little zones they play and that man coverage, I do believe the Titans are going to win this one on the road. So I like Buffalo and Tennessee to advance from the AFC and Wild Card weekend. Now moving over to the NFC, we have the Saints playing the Vikings, and we have the Seahawks playing the Eagles. I'm going to start with the Seahawks and the Eagles. These Eagles are a team that are limping, no wide receivers, no tight end. They got all kinds of problems going on with their secondary. I mean, they get burned every other play, it seems like. And I think that these Seahawks are, definitely coming off a very, heartbreaking loss to the 49ers, which was 2 great games they played against them this year. I think the Seahawks and Russell Wilson are a well-disciplined team. They do have a running back problem going on right now, but, Russell Wilson's ability to move around and create plays outside of the pocket, I think it's going to be too much for that Philadelphia Eagles secondary. The Seahawks defense, I think, is going to be able to lock down the couple targets that Carson Wentz has, and maybe, who knows, he's going to get some pressure on him. Davian Clowney, haven't had a terrific year, but maybe he gets a breakout game in the playoffs. I'm just saying, I think the Seahawks easily take this game in, even though it's in Philly. Sorry, popular stranger. I know you love those Eagles. I got a lot of Eagle fans that, watch my channel. Not because I hate you guys. I just think that the Eagles are, and they come from the NFC least, man. None of our teams are really good this year. So I definitely like the Seahawks to take this one on the road. Then on to the Superdome, where the Vikings are going to enter within the Saints in a rematch from 2 years ago. The Case Keenum miraculous play to Stephon Diggs. Case Keenum's not there. Now we got Kirk Cousins. Case Keenum's on us. That's crazy how that kind of switched around. But anyway, the Saints are a great team. They got Michael Thomas. They got Alvin Kamara. They got a great defense. I think they're going to be too much for the Vikings, who I think they peaked mid-year. And they're kind of on a down slope right now. And so I definitely like the Saints at home to advance in this game. So that begs to differ. That leads me to the next weekend. So I have the Titans advancing, the Bills advancing, the Saints advancing, and the Seahawks advancing. So let's start with the AFC. The AFC, the Titans, if and when they advance, in my opinion, they're going to have to travel to Baltimore. And they have to play those Ravens, because they are the number 1 seed. The Bills are going to have to travel to Kansas City and play the Chiefs, which are the team that, you don't want to travel into KFC in the playoffs. I definitely think that our 1 and 2 seeds are going to have tough games. The Ravens have had tougher games as the year has gone on. Buffalo took them to the limit. I just don't know if the Titans have the formula to stop Lamar Jackson. So, in that first one, Titans versus the Ravens, I see the Ravens beating the Titans. Likewise with the number 2 seed Chiefs and the Bills. I know the Bills are great. I think the Chiefs are too explosive for that Bills defense. They got too many weapons for them to cover. I definitely like the Chiefs to win that one at home as well. So I think that the championship game will be the Chiefs and the Ravens. Now flip it over to the NFC. The Seahawks in the number 5 seed, they're going to have to travel to San Francisco. 3rd game of the year. While the Saints, with their winning the number 3 seed, will have to travel to Lambeau Field with the Green Bay Packers. Hard place to play for Drew Brees in cold weather. Packers are so up and down. I want to say the Packers so bad, but I believe in Drew Brees. I believe he's going to pull this one out. I like the Saints and Lambeau to be your victors. Also, on the flip side, Seattle in San Francisco. I think San Francisco showed what they can do against these Seahawks. I think they've kind of figured it out. I don't think the Seahawks, they won the first one. They lost the second one. I think the 49ers win this one. So I think that the 49ers and the Saints will be a rematch of our great game earlier in the year in the championship game for the NFC. So that begs to differ. Our final 4 teams being the Chiefs, the Ravens, the Saints, the 49ers. I like the Chiefs to beat the Ravens, the upset in the AFC. I think that Lady Luck's going to catch up to the Ravens. I think the Chiefs are going to do what they should have done last year, and that's go to the Super Bowl. Pat Mahomes is going to go to the Super Bowl. And on the NFC side, we have the Saints and the 49ers. Every part of me wants to say Drew Brees is going to win that game. Every part of me says the 49ers defense is going to be too much for him that day. I like the 49ers. I like the Chiefs to go to the Super Bowl. And our Super Bowl champions are going to be none other than the Kansas City Chiefs. That is my pick this year. It is not the popular opinion. We will readjust if I make any mistakes this weekend each week. So we know the Chiefs are still going to hold strong because they don't play this week. So the Chiefs are my prediction, at least for the next week, I should say. Week and a couple days. I appreciate all your support, guys. Those are my playoff scenario predictions. Have a great day. Mad Dad is out.